Yes, sir.
right? The most important part,
Yes, sir.
which you must have faced it,
Yes, sir.
as we had discussed in the class, that don't leave it only up to the psychological test. It is definitely going to be part of the interview, right? So, now, having come to the SRT, what was your style and how many did you complete?
Sir, I completed 55 SRTs out of 60, and in my viewpoint, SRT is one of the most important tests in the psychology, because this is very time constrained and very hectic. You have to give a solution, a proper solution to the situation, keeping in the 30-second time constraint that is given to you. So it could get very difficult and very panicking at moments, but like this, keep cool, calm, composed, and also try to complete as much as you can. Also, as sir said us that in the interview he could ask you that how many SRTs you complete, can you name some of them? So always try to name the positive ones. Never say that a child was drowning, uncle got accident, a murder was there, a kidnapping was there. These all are negative SRTs. A very minute thing which comes out of this is that your brain triggers only negative thoughts. This is a very minute thing, but your brain only triggers out when you are writing 55 things. The only 5 things you remember, all 5 are negative, which means that your brain is only highlighting the negative ones. Try to remember the positive ones, like which were simple, that I lost some money, or my friend wanted some money from me, or my father asked me to join this but I wanted to join this. These all are positive SRTs. Try to focus on them and try to remember them. Leave the negative ones. And as sir said that give brief, omit is MR, all these things, omit them. Try to give a brief, short solution to it and complete solution to it. Never leave it in middle. It shows that you are keen on working what you are working on.
Yes. The point is that you can't complete SRT. Time given to you is just how much?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. WAT you get 50 seconds. 30 seconds, there are multiple solutions oblique, answers to the situation, right? So you have to write telegraphic, whatever he is saying, absolutely. And that is how he could reach to, I'm really thrilled to, say that 55, it's a, a normal person can't reach even to 45. Let me tell you. But it's only the style what you have been taught how to write telegraphic. You convey your responses. You see, it must be solutions, right? Okay, now having come to
Sir, also I would like to
add points. Please. Go ahead.
In the TAT and WAT, time is given to you, like it is shown to you. A bell rings and the word changes. So you get a time constraint that okay, 15 seconds are over. But in the SRT, they will give you a file of 60 SRTs and they will give you half an hour. They will not say even a single word that 5 minutes are left, 10 minutes are left, nothing. And at the end of 30 minutes, they will ring a bell and all of you have to collect your sheets. No one has to write. And also add to that point, I would say, if they say stop the pen, then please stop the pen. It gives a very negative impression that you do not follow a command, and if an officer can't follow a command, he can't be an officer. Just follow the command, whatever you have written, stop it right there. Right there, stop it. It doesn't give a negative impression, it gives a positive impression. Children, I have seen children, candidates sitting besides me, the psychologist is at the back, okay, one SRT is left, I can write this, I can write that. Don't fool your assessors, because they are assessing you at each and every second, what you write, what you don't write, how you pick the pen, what are your reactions, they note everything. So if they say stop, simply this gives honesty. You are honest in yourself. If they say keep the pen, keep the pen. So coming back to that SRT thing, I would like to say that SRT, it doesn't, and also watches are not allowed. So you don't know that they've given you half an hour or not. They give, but you don't know that have they given you or not. Try to pace up from the first till the last. Don't feel like that, okay, this is the first, I would give it simply, easily, then after I would get up my pace. Pace up from the first till the last. Never remove or slow down your pace, because it is going to be harmful for you and you are not able to complete this many or that many SRTs. So try to pace up.
Now come to the GTO.
Yes.
Okay. In short, you tell us. Now, first question is, out of all the GTO tasks, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, as per you, which is the most important, task which the student must focus and they must know? There is no gunjaish of anything,
So the most important is obviously the GP, group planning exercise, because planning is the one thing which reflects what you are going to do in future. Because officer only wants to make strategy. Soldier is the one which is implementing it. The rest of the GTO tasks, many of them you are implementing them. But your original ideas come in the GP. And in the GP, there are tricky situations if you have not learned or if you have not heard one or two GPs, then you are gonna get blank. So try to read, not copy the solution, but just read the GP and try to make your own solution. Because if you read it, make a thorough solution. Okay, I will do this first, this second, this third, this fourth, this is 5. I would like to, okay, we can go from here, and try to do this in a group so that you get more and more ideas about it. Don't copy the solutions given in any YouTube channel or any book also. Never copy the solution, because copying solution is not going to benefit you. Situations will be like where you will get stuck and this solution is not going to help you. Your own solution should come, and to get familiarized with the solutions, you should definitely read 2 to 3 group planning exercises so that you get a fair idea of how the solutions and how the situation is gonna come.
You think the group planning exercise what we did in the class,
Yes, sir.
for you we finished yesterday, right?
Yes, sir.
Did it help? And how was it different than what is given in the books or here and there?
Sir, I would like to narrate an incident in my GP that when the situation was given to us, our situation was very much complex, and it has, as you told us, it has 6 situations were given to us.
Oh.
Normally, it is not given, it is only 4.
Yeah, it's only 3 to 4 minutes.
3 to 4, but in our GP, 6 situations were given to us and we have to order them. Actually, situations were given only 5. But as you told us that what was your primary aim should be your 6th priority. And in my group, no one got that point, but I got that point. Because in the planning, they told that, okay, we have 5 situations. Then only I told them that, excuse me, group mates, I think we are missing our primary aim. Our primary aim was going to the boating in a lake.
Correct.
Because this was the basic thing we had came for. So they all accident, burning the house, lost purse of lady, kidnapping and fire. These were the 5 situations. But everyone missed the 6th one, that was the boating. So I abruptly added that, okay, please listen to me, that we are missing a very important thing, that we have came for boating here. So this should be our 6th priority, and if time permits, we should complete it.
Correct.
So that I think helped me a lot, and the group also got very much influenced that, okay, we all didn't even give a single thought about what he is saying.
Absolutely right. You think the methods what we have taught you here in the sequence, like aim of the task is the first,
Yes, sir.
then second, resources you must list them out, and then the plan, right? I am sure, it saves time and it's systematic.
Yes, sir. It is very much systematic, which gives GTO a brief idea. Even if you are not able to complete your GP, as for me, I was not able to complete my GP because of my slow handwriting. So, in the last 2 points, when there was one situation left and the sixth one, the GTO said that time is over, so I kept my pen. But I compensated that in the group planning exercise discussion.
Excellent.
Whatever I left in the writing, I implemented it to my fellow mates that this should be done. Even if I don't write it, I said it. So GTO knew that what I was going to write after if the time was permitted to me.
Absolutely. So this is a trick what you have been taught. Even in your PPDT story writing, I told you guys that even if you are unable to complete your story, stage 1, I told you group discussion is meant for that. You bring out your ideas, he's waiting for it. Chess number so and so has not concluded his story. Conclude it then, don't get perturbed. Similarly, in the case of group planning exercise, it is the exercise wherein you find a single, you are tested singularly, in the sense that you write your, plan, submit it. In a group discussion, you get another opportunity. Understood? Speak, give your ideas, contribute in a group. So here is an opportunity, you must understand. Okay, remember, wonderful thing what he has, repeated whatever is there, and you have to follow. Okay, now come to the obstacles, So only in one, sentence, finish your complete obstacles. What are the important points? What everybody should keep in mind?
So for the obstacles, I have never seen any obstacles like this. It was my first time I was seeing them. But frankly, I would tell you that the most innovative ideas given in the whole group was by me. Because I haven't seen them or I haven't practiced them, so my ideas were very much raw and very much different. When the GTO knows that your ideas are different, he knows that you are a raw material. These are your own ideas, not implemented by any other person. I would like to narrate a small incident that a Haryanvi was in my group and he learned the GTO tricks. He told us the other night that I learned all the GTO tricks from SSB Crack, the YouTube channel. So and that in the SSB Crack also, I also watched it videos. It always say that use all the 3 helping materials that are given to you. So when our task was going on in the PGT, in the second obstacle, there was no use of rope. But continuously he was saying that we should tie a rope, we should tie a rope, we should tie a rope. I tried to convince him that okay, there is no need of rope. By using the plank, we can go there easily, all of us. But he said no, we should tie a rope, we should tie a rope, because in his mind it was coming that we should use all the 3 helping material. So the GTO after 2-3 minutes, when he knew that the plank is the better option and I am saying right and he is not listening to me, he stopped me and said that okay, all of the group stop. His chest number, the Haryanvi's chest number was 12. He said okay, chest number 12, tell me how can you tie a rope here? So he just tried and tried for 2 minutes and then failed and said that sir, I'll try next time. So GTO said that there was no need of the rope and you should listen to your group. So this was the thing, this was the mentality which affects you when you learn from all these or get the tricks. If he would have not seen that channel and given his original ideas of rope, that could have been good, but because of that learned ideas of rope, his all GTO was ruined. And I think because he performed good in all the other things, but because of these all rope thing and his non-innovative ideas gave him a setback and he was not recommended.
Basically what he's saying is, do not copy and paste. Apply your mind. I've been telling you, I've been teaching you guys what? Never ever temper your original ideas. Have confidence in yourself and your ideas, my dear. You have got better ideas than anybody. You are the best. What did Swami Vivekananda, Abdul Kalam said, our ex-president? That you are the best. Have that confidence. Never feel that, So your ideas automatically will come. Don't assess yourself, underestimate yourself. That is what I am saying. Innovative ideas. But if you have practiced, if you have learned from something, there is, nothing wrong in YouTubes and all these books and other things, These are basically to get an idea. Now, application of mind is yours, yeah. You apply your mind here, mind, don't follow blindly. If you follow blindly, you will be caught. SSB is basically total integrity, truthful, honesty, right? And do your best, whatever is there, without bluffing anything. Okay, that's all. This is what the Sudarshan has brought out and done it.
To get original ideas, I would like to add a small point that my childhood had been in a village. So we used to roam around in the village and play. So all these things like climbing a wall, making the branches of trees, using them as swings, these all things contributed to the ideas of my innovative ideas, because their childhood has been in an environment where there has nothing to be done. But my childhood was in a village. So I got very much innovative ideas from that thing.
Absolutely.
And this happens with person who is coming from a village. He will definitely, I am saying that he will definitely get very good ideas with the Balla Fatta and Balli.
Original ideas?
Absolutely original ideas. And what sometimes in my command task, the second GTO, I would say that important thing is command task. My command task was the trickiest on my whole group, but because when I was seeing the task, I got a fair share of how would I cross the GTO task of my command task, and within a span of 5 minutes I completed it, and my GTO was not able to believe that I completed it in 5 minutes. He literally asked me that you completed. I said yes sir. He said, okay commander, now you can keep. He was not sure that okay, how a person like this can complete such a tricky task in only 5 minutes. But I had that ideas. I just by seeing them I got that okay, I will keep this, then keep this, and then I will go. And these all ideas applied and I got there. It was like a cakewalk for me.
Excellent. Now suppose you had practiced these obstacles.
No, sir, then I would.
No, suppose. Okay, these are. And as a matter of practice, you would have got those ideas. Now your original ideas superseded by these ideas. Right? Then you would not have been able to complete your task, because original ideas would not have been, and you would have been thinking about whatever is the template, copy paste, whatever is there in so and so. That's all. Only thing is it's a very simple. Sudarshan, you must have seen it. You see, does it require so much of intelligence? Even these mazdoors, those who are doing construction work, they can do these ideas will come to their mind. Very simple. It's a common sense, what I have been telling you. So have that confidence. Don't feel that you really have to practice these. These are, you will get enough time once you get success. In the training academy, what are you going to do? You'll be taught, you'll be trained, whatever is there. Okay, so don't tamper with your original ideas. What Sudarshan is saying. Excellent. I am so happy that you applied those, what we are, learning here. Okay, now we come to the next and the final stage, that is the interview. Most important, right? Now, tell us something about the interview in short. Firstly, about how the starting things, warming up session started, and then the things, you reached to this phase two, degree of difficulties and all.
Sir, first of all, when I entered the room, he was a very friendly person, my interviewing officer. He was the president of our 17 board and he was the rank of a major general. He told me to sit and made some informal questions to me that would you like a water, how was your psychology test. My interview was just before the psychology tests. So he told me that how was your psychology tests, are you enjoying the stay. After these 2-3 formal questions, he told me that okay, now I'm gonna ask you a rapid fire round about your family. And then he pointed 12 questions at me tell me about your education from 8th to 10th, then in 10th what percentage you got, which subject you choose for 11th, after 11th how was your 12th, what were your grades in 11th, what was your grades in 12th, if your grades were up in 12th, how was it, if it was down, then why is it. Then he asked me about my favorite subjects, my least favorite subjects, the teachers I like most and the teachers which I don't like, and also about my friend circle, how I roam with them, how I spend time with them, who are they, why are they my best friends, and what are the qualities I would like to learn from them. So this all rapid fire, as you told us that try to remember the sequence. So I did a small trick. I just counted the number of questions on my fingernails, that what are the questions, and tried to remember their sequence. So when I was answering, I was counting them again. So when I missed 2, and so I got a fair idea that he asked me 12 questions and I am able to give answer to 10. So what were the 2 another questions? So then they stuck at my mind that okay, these were the 2 other questions. So I again answered them correctly. So I would say remembering the sequence in the rapid fire is, I think, the quality he is looking for.
Absolutely. This is what we have been talking in the interview. The most important thing, that rapid fire you must remember, and this is how you can remember the method what he has brought out. And the answers have to be given in the sequence in which he has asked. Try and do. Even if you miss out, he applied the trick. In the last, you must give the answer. Don't forget it that you have missed out the sequence. So now keep quiet here. How should I disclose my this thing? This is not your weakness. This is your strength. Okay. Now, come to the SRTs in the interview.
Yes, sir.
Now, was there any question about the SRT in your interview?
Yes, sir. He asked me that how many SRTs did you attempt? So I told him that I attempted 55 SRTs. Then he asked me that if I give you SRT at this moment, will you be able to solve it? So I confidently said yes. So he smiled and started to give some SRTs. He gave me an SRT on my friends, and one SRT which I answered was that he asked me that think that your father wants you to join defense forces after 12 and you want to pursue your engineering.
Okay.
Then what will you do? So I said that I will try to convince my father that if I pursue my engineering, I would be a very good engineer as it is my passion. So he said that what if your father don't get convinced? So I said that if my father don't get convinced, then I would highlight him the points that my opinions about engineering and my excellence and my passion is very great. So if I pursue a career, I would be happy in life. So I would try to convince his parental logics. So he said that what if he doesn't get convinced by the parental logics? So then I answered that okay then sir, I would to tell my father that first let me do my engineering, and after engineering there are courses available where you can join the defense forces on short service commissions. So he said okay. So in my this is, if he gives you the SRT, don't give up, because give up is a very bad situation. He denied all my solutions, but also I didn't stop and gave solutions, try to give logical solutions, and only give logical solutions. Don't give illogical solutions that I would sway my father, he would get convinced. If he is saying that he will not get convinced, so okay, he will not get convinced. Don't try to say that no, he is my father, he will get convinced, I would convince him. These are what he is trying to put you in a pressure situation. Keep your calm and try to give logical explanations to whatever he is asking.
Absolutely right. You know, he is going to deny you. SRT, what you did in psychological test is different, that you have to write it. Simple. Whatever you write, it's taken. Whether wrong or right. Here is a denial just to put you, what is rightly said Sudarshan, under pressure. How do you behave? How do you act or react to the pressure situation? Basically, the aim of the interviewing officer is that. Do you lose your cool? Or are you cool, calm, composed, and you deal with any situation? In day-to-day life, you face so many difficult situations, very painful situations. But the winner is always a person who does not lose his cool, calm. Am I right? So that is what he is trying to say, and that is basically the aim, the total positive quality. Now we come to the stage next, more difficult than this, gradually. So which are the most difficult part, and can you give us some
So before that most difficult part, there was a medium part in which he gave SRTs from my life. Like he asked me that, have you given your NDA? So I said, yes sir, I have cleared my NDA. So he said that if you have given your NDA and your SSB is final, then why are you coming for TES? So try to give a logical and real reason what you feel. Like mine was that I don't want to miss any type of chance. Whatever SSB comes first, I will give it, and whatever second SSB comes, I will definitely give my 100%. So that is the answer I gave to him. Then he again posed a SRT that what if you get out in this attempt of your TES? What if you don't get recommended? So I told him that I would again try to give SSB from my NDA. He said, no, your NDA SSB is also gone. So I told him that I will do my graduation, and there are CDS, FCAT, TGC courses which you can join the defense forces. So he said, okay, but what if you don't get selected in any one of these? So in that I told him that, sir, I would get selected in that much attempts because I am very much passionate. So he said that, okay, for your sake I would give you that you are selected, and you get a permanent rejection in your medicals.
Oh.
You can never join the armed forces. What will you do then? So I told him that, sir, I am pursuing my BTech. I have recently given my JE. I would get a fair college. I would pursue my BTech and become an engineer. So there is no harm in saying that if I can't join defense forces, there is a backup plan. So I think this shows a quality of me that I am having a backup plan. I am planned and organized, and I am not like you can say that I am not obstructing my future because of my rejection. I am able to face the rejection, and I have a plan after the rejection. So this shows a very good sound and planning, and it doesn't give a negative impression of yours, rather it gives a positive impression. of you. And don't try to give illogical explanations like if you are given a PR, I will do a surgery and then come back. PR means that you can't join defense forces again. So give a logical, not an illogical explanation, because it would definitely piss him off that you are not saying what he wants you to say.
Excellent. Please note, whatever he is saying, this is all presence of mind. How attentive you are to the interviewing officer is what I have been telling in the interviews. That look at the thing, catch. If you are PR, permanently rejected, and still you are harping, no sir, I cannot, I get it, what he says, right? Apply your logic and you will get the answer. And the best thing what we have been saying, do not stick to only one thing, I want to become an officer, that's all. And nothing else. You must have alternate plans. Any plan, remember it, can only be a sound plan if you have alternate plan, right? You have to have, that is another way of seeing is contingency plan. Contingency plan जरूरी है. Every walk of life आप देखते हैं कि any situation you face in your day-to-day life, family and other things. If this fails, I should be able to. Even if you are, let's say, taking somebody to the hospital, don't you have the alternate plan? है क्या नहीं? जोधपुर नहीं तो यार भाई यार, let's move him to Ahmedabad or Delhi or something. These are alternate plans. And you think and prepare and plan well in time. That is what point is. Now come to the most difficult part.
Yes, sir, the current affairs. Then he started, I think around, to my estimate of time, he asked these informal questions for 35 minutes. After 35 minutes, he started to ask me current affairs. That what are the hot topics of the world, what are the hot topics of the nation. So I told them, you only told us that he will ask these questions. So I was fully prepared on what he would ask, and I gave him the topics, whatever he asked. So he asked me that explain the topics. Like in the internationally told me that I said Armenia, Azerbaijan. So he said that explain the Armenia, Azerbaijan, why it is so much of importance. So I told him that it could lead to a third world war. It is a very different situation in the world which is facing. So these all answers of logic and facts were there with me because I read the current affairs very good. Also, he asked me that do you read any magazine or newspaper? So I told him that I read Times of India. So he asked me about one or two things of Times of India. What are the recent headlines? When was it published? Can you name the editor? So these all things he asked from me. So if you also read any kind of magazine or journal, then you can name it, but make sure that you know everything about that. And if you don't read, then say, sir, no, I don't. Because this is a very peculiar quality known as courage of conviction. You know that I don't know. Any question, don't give flawless answers like he says, you don't know about Armenia, Azerbaijan, so say, sir, I only know that Armenia, Azerbaijan is an issue. I don't know much about it. It shows that, okay, you are accepting that you don't know. Giving that Armenia is this, Azerbaijan is this, it is in Asia, it is in Europe, you don't know about it, and it is reflecting in your personality that you don't know, but you are not accepting that I don't know. You are trying to fool the assessor. So this is a very, very negative quality. If you don't know anything, fairly accept that, okay, sir, I don't know. So this actually gives a good idea that you know what are your failures, what are your difficulties or weak points are, and you are trying to work on them. You are not avoiding them. Avoidance is a very, very bad factor which the interviewer, if he gets to know, will definitely write in your that he is avoiding his weak points. So keep this in mind, and regularly read the magazines, watch news channels, headlines, and try to be in touch with what is recent. And also he asked me that what are your viewpoints on the national issues which are having, and are the government's step right or wrong. So don't get emotional that you are a supporter of the government or you are a opposition of the government, so you only deny or you only praise. Give facts and logical reasoning of why are you denying or why are you supporting, and what are your viewpoints for the betterment on this situation, what country or government could do. Fair points with facts and logical points you should give.
Any doubts or any questions?
सर एक थिंग कम सबके दिमाग में रहती है, जैसे एक एनडीए और एक टेक्निकल एंट्री स्कीम, इसमें एनडीए एस्पिरेंट्स और टेक्निकल, जैसे आप टेक्निकल से इसमें गए हो तो टेक्निकल में ऐसा कुछ ऐसे स्पेशल होता है कि मतलब एक थिंग जैसे टेक्निकल टाइप स्टूडेंट्स जैसे उनके थॉट एंड उनकी ऑफिशियल क्वालिटीज, एंड देन नॉन टेक्निकल जैसे एनडीए, तो उसमें ऐसा कुछ?
No, that is not the case. Actually, technically, the person must be sound. That's why the criteria is given as PCM. Only PCM students can apply in TES. So, if you are a math student, then you know about math, you know about physics, and it only reflects in the interviewer. Like interviewer asked me, you know about physics, what is Archimedes' law, what is Newton's law of motion, what is your favorite chapter in physics, maths, what are the internal angles, this, that. He asked me. Because I am a PCM student, I knew it. And technical entry doesn't mean that you have to know about mechanical engineering or you have to know about electrical engineering. This they will teach you. You haven't got a BTech degree, you have just a 12th pass candidate. So you are known to get only the knowledge till 12th. After 12th, what are the technical fields, terms, I don't know about that. And it is natural. I will not know about that because I haven't done any degree. And for NDA, I would say that SSB is SSB, whether it is for TGC, INET, Navy, Air Force. SSB doesn't compromise with quality for anything. Army, Air Force, Navy, graduate, 10+2, everything is same. And also for NDA, I would like to say that I am recommended from technical. Still, I am going for NDA. And I am a PCM student. If a arts student also come, he will face the same SRT, he will face the same GTO, same interviewing officer. Just the difference is interviewing officer will not ask you from your subject, like in this technical, because if you are coming for technical, a little bit knowledge of technology or PCM you should have. That's all. And in NDA, he will not ask you anything because he knows that you can be commerce, you can be arts, you can be maths. It is all same. And also you have cleared an exam called NDA written. So you have shown your educational qualities there. This is a test of your personality, not your educational qualities.
Okay.
Out of the 5 years of the SSB, according to you, which is the most crucial one? Means which plays the most important role in the whole recommendation, and why?
I think interview is the one which seems like a veto power to your recommendation, because in the whole team of assessors, the most ranked person is the interviewing officer, and the most ranked means he is the most experienced. So if he says yes to you, then there is a fair chance that you will get recommended. So try to give your interview good and try to give a very good impression on your interviewing officer, that he remembers that okay, this chest number or this name person was the one which affected me the most. So interview is the one, but don't take any other tests lightly, because all the tests are very much important, and stay focused on all the 5 days. It is quite difficult to stay focused on all the 5 days, but try it, because not everyone can do it, and if you can do it, then you are the one who is getting recommended and not the others.
The essence of the SSB is that everybody in stage 2, I'm talking about, right? Like he had around, 80. How many were there in your batch?
34.
34, right? So, now, out of 34, how many were recommended?
So 6.
6. Got it? Now, here is an example. It's a very good result. 6 out of 34.
So because I think last 3 batches of the TES which came, all the 3 were washed out.
Right?
The only batch of TES in the whole month of October to get any recommended candidates was our batch.
Maximum. It means their batch was really very, very competitive. Right? Very, very competitive. And whoever are the best or were the best out of them, they were recommended. So you have to prove yourself as the best. Pass, everybody can pass. It is not the criteria pass or fail. It is a limited vacancy and whoever can come, your aim should be to be the number 1, best. Okay, that should be the focus. And I'm sure you will get the success. There's no doubt about it. Like Sudarshan has made the, General Defense Academy and everybody, all of us proud, his parents and everybody. Okay, he threw to medical and there's no doubt about his, going for it. Okay. And on behalf of the General Defense Academy, Sudarshan,
Yes, sir.
I, as the Director General, and my students, those who had already taken, your colleagues in the previous batch who had taken the, guidance and grooming from General Defense Academy, Jodhpur, and you guys, wish you a bright future and grand success in your NDA 1 and NDA 2 SSB because you have cracked them. 100% we are confident that you are going to crack NDA 1 and 2 also SSB.
Thank you, sir.
And we wish you a bright future and thank you so much.